Alright, in the previous module I walked you through the steps of creating a mail merge, and we actually did a mail merge. How can you tell? Well, until you all actually start to build the content, you really can't tell. But Word now has grabbed all the information it needs to start this process of saving you a lot of time and hassle when you're creating things like an email marketing campaign or envelopes or labels and so on. So, really the only way that I know that I've got a mail merge document ready to go is that these options are available to me. Write and insert fields, preview results, and finish. And I can skip to any of these at any time. For example, if I click on address block, it will add the field of the address block. And here's the preview from the recipient list. If I include the name, it will look like that. If I include the company name, it will look like that. And I can again preview who this is going to go to. What about the postal address? What if things aren't merging quite the way you want them to? Well, you can correct it by clicking on Match Fields. So maybe the first name lines up to city. Well, you can select from this huge list, or title for some reason. You can correct these as you see fit. I don't need to make corrections here because I entered in all the data because Word and Outlook talk to each other very, very well. You probably will need to do that more often for your own customized list, or if you're connecting to a SQL database or some kind of other database or an Excel spreadsheet and so on. Probably won't have to do it very often with Outlook content. At any rate, now we're ready. We've inserted an address block, and there it is. Well, what is that? That's no big deal. Well, you can see what a big deal it is by now using your preview results section up here. So if I preview results, and this is something that just is toggled on and off, and I recommend in fact that you leave it toggled on because it'll make a lot more sense. That's recipient number 2, that's recipient number 1, and of course if it works for 2, it'll work for 200. You can keep on scrolling through your list of recipients. You could even search for a specific recipient in your list of how many people this is going to go out to. Now, are you stuck with the address block? The address block actually gathers up for you several merge fields. So if you click on this little drop down button here, or if you click on the button itself to bring up the insert merge field dialog box, you can insert things on a onesie-twosie basis. So company and insert and close. Or just set an insertion point. And again, look at what this looks like with the preview off. Address block and company. Let's insert the first name. Let's insert the, what do I want to look for? Email address. Bingo. There we go. There's recipient 2. There's recipient number 1. Notice that I did not put a space when I was making this, so it obeyed me. It did not put a space. Preview the results. Looks a little better right there. So now I'm done. I've merged, I've actually created output by writing and inserting fields. Now I'm ready to finish and merge. So what do? Do I edit individual documents? Do I print documents? Or am I ready to send email messages? The options will depend on what exactly you're trying to do. If I click on email messages, here's what it'll go to. It'll go to the email address. The subject line, I can put in new Word 07 from VTC. So that will be in the subject line of every email. And when you're ready, click on OK, and your output will then be generated.